Welcome back to NC Coins World, where rare coins rise beyond history, where value becomes power and rarity becomes royalty. Your journey into priceless treasures begins now. Have you ever held a penny that could secretly be worth $90,000? Sounds unbelievable, right? But this tiny 2008 1-cent coin from the United States has shocked the world. Because behind its ordinary copper shine hides one of the biggest mysteries in coin history. People have spent their entire lives collecting coins, but almost no one has ever seen a penny like this before. It looks just like the one in your wallet. Yet one microscopic difference made it worth more than a luxury car. Why is this coin so rare? How did it escape the U.S. Mint? And could there be more of them still out there, hiding in plain sight? Stay till the end, because once you hear the full story, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Have you ever held a simple penny in your hand and wondered if it could secretly be worth more than a car? Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that a single 2008 United States 1-cent coin, the coin almost everyone ignored, has been valued at $90,000? Yes, $90,000 for a coin that was supposed to be worth just 1 cent. A story so unbelievable that it has stunned coin collectors, historians, and even ordinary people who never thought a penny could change their lives. This is not just another coin. It's a mystery, a treasure hidden in plain sight. And tonight we're going to uncover every secret behind it. So sit back, because what you're about to hear might just make you check every penny you've ever owned. Let's begin. The year was 2008. The world was facing a global financial crisis. Banks were collapsing. The stock market was falling. People were losing everything. But in the middle of all that chaos, the United States Mint was quietly producing billions of 1-cent coins, the same Lincoln pennies we see every day. No one paid attention to them. Why would they? They were worth just a single cent. But among those billions, something happened. Something unexpected. Something that would make a handful of those coins worth tens of thousands of dollars. A tiny minting mistake. A microscopic difference invisible to the naked eye, but powerful enough to turn a single penny into a $90,000 treasure. Now, here's where things get truly unbelievable. In early 2008, the U.S. Mint was preparing for a historic change. 2009 would mark the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and with it, the Mint planned to release a new design for the cent. So 2008 became the final year for the iconic Lincoln Memorial Reverse, the last of an era that began in 1959. Collectors knew this already made the 2008 pennies special, but none of them imagined what came next. In one of the Mint's production facilities, a few coins were accidentally struck on the wrong kind of metal. Others were misaligned. A few carried strange doubling marks, small distortions that made Lincoln's face look slightly different under magnification. At first, nobody noticed. Thousands of those coins entered circulation, mixed with normal pennies in pockets, jars, and vending machines across America. And then, someone found one. A collector in Illinois picked up a penny that looked a little strange under the light. The color wasn't quite the same. The weight felt off. He took it home, placed it under a magnifying glass, and froze. The coin showed a rare minting error, a doubling on the date and letters, something almost impossible to find in modern cents. He sent it to PCGS, the professional coin grading service, and weeks later, the result came back. Authentic error. Estimated value $90,000. That discovery sent shockwaves through the coin world. Everyone started checking their change jars, their wallets, their old piggy banks, because suddenly a simple penny was no longer just a penny. It became a symbol of hidden fortune. Proof that sometimes the most ordinary things can hide extraordinary secrets. And here's where the real suspense begins. Experts discovered that there wasn't just one rare version of the 2008 penny. There were several. Some had the wrong metal composition. They were struck on leftover blanks meant for foreign coins. Others had subtle design flaws, known as die errors. Each variation told a different story, and each one was worth thousands. Collectors started calling them the ghost cents because they appeared so rarely and vanished before most people even knew what they were. Now imagine this. You're at a gas station. You pay in cash. You get a few coins back as change. Among them, a dull-looking 2008 penny. You toss it aside without a second thought. But what if that one coin, that single moment, was worth $90,000. That's the beauty of this story. It's not just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the mystery that still hides in our everyday lives. Because somewhere right now, that coin might be sitting in someone's drawer, maybe in your home, maybe in your old wallet. Maybe it's already slipped through your fingers. But what if you could find it? Imagine holding that coin, feeling its tiny ridges between your fingers, knowing that a simple piece of copper-plated zinc holds the power to change your future. That's the magic of rare coins. They connect history, luck, and destiny, all in one small circle of metal. And the 2008 1-cent coin? It's one of the most mysterious of them all. In Part 2, we'll uncover the shocking secrets of how these coins were discovered, who owns them today, and why some experts believe there are still undiscovered $90,000 pennies hiding in circulation. So don't go anywhere, because what's coming next will leave you speechless. What happened next was something no one saw coming. After the first $90,000 penny was confirmed by experts, collectors across America went into a frenzy. Every coin shop, every online marketplace, every collector's forum was flooded with people searching for the 2008 cent. People who never cared about coins before suddenly became treasure hunters overnight. News headlines started popping up everywhere. Man finds $90,000 penny in his change. Hidden fortune in your wallet. Check for this rare 2008 cent. The story spread like wildfire. But here's where the mystery deepened. Every time someone claimed to have found a rare 2008 penny, experts noticed something unusual. No two coins were exactly alike. Each had its own unique imperfection, a tiny flaw that made it different. And that difference made it valuable. For example, one coin showed a doubling on the letters Liberty. Another had a slight distortion in Lincoln's I, something that happened when the die struck twice during minting, and one had an error so bizarre, experts called it a ghost strike. It looked as if Lincoln's face had been faintly duplicated in the background, almost like a shadow. These differences created a new wave of fascination. It wasn't just about finding a $90,000 coin anymore. It was about finding the right one. Collectors began organizing local meetups, coin expos, and online challenges. People filmed themselves opening old jars of coins, hoping to catch that one moment when they'd discover the impossible. And a few actually did. In 2015, a retired teacher from Ohio sent a suspicious 2008 penny for grading. It came back verified, a major die crack error, and the coin sold for nearly $65,000 at auction. Another discovery came from a young boy in California. He was only 12 years old when he found an unusual penny in his lunch money. His father thought it was fake, but it turned out to be a double die reverse error, one of the rarest known types. That coin alone was valued at over $80,000. Stories like these inspired millions of viewers online. People began searching through old jars, drawers, and boxes hidden in basements and attics. Because who wouldn't want to find a treasure hiding in plain sight? But then came an unexpected twist. As collectors hunted for more of these coins, rumors started spreading. Some said there were only 10 real $90,000 pennies ever made. Others believed the mint had quietly recalled most of them. And a few even claimed the government didn't want the public to know how many error coins had escaped. The mystery grew. Videos surfaced online showing rare 2008 pennies, selling for hundreds of dollars, some fake, some real. Experts began warning collectors to be careful, because counterfeits were flooding the market. The real question now wasn't just how much is it worth? It was, can you even tell the difference between real and fake? That's when professional graders stepped in. PCGS, NGC, and Anax, the big three in the coin world. They started releasing detailed reports on genuine 2008 error cents. Each report listed the features of authentic coins: metal type, mint mark position, doubling locations, and striking pattern. Only those verified coins were confirmed to be worth tens of thousands of dollars. And one more secret surfaced that made the story even crazier. A few 2008 pennies struck in Denver Mint, marked with a D, showed an anomaly that experts had never seen before. The reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, looked slightly off-centered, as if shifted to the left. That subtle difference made those particular coins worth massive amounts at private auctions. In 2021, one such coin was reportedly sold through a private collector's deal for an estimated $90,000 confirmed by grading experts. So how can you tell if the penny in your pocket could be one of those rare treasures? Here's what to look for. Examine the year 2008. The font should look slightly bold or doubled under magnification. Look at the letters Liberty and In God We Trust. If they're shadowing, that's a strong clue. Flip it. Check the Lincoln Memorial lines. If they're uneven, thicker, or lightly misaligned, that's another sign. And lastly, check the mint mark under the date. If it looks slightly tilted or detached from the number, it could be the rare variant. Sounds small, right? But those small imperfections can make a 1-cent coin worth the price of a luxury car. Now think about this for a moment. In 2008, these coins were mass-produced. They were used in vending machines, gas stations, schools, grocery stores, everywhere. So the odds that one of them might still be sitting in someone's jar or pocket are actually very real. That means the next rare coin could be anywhere. Maybe at the bottom of a dusty drawer in an old house. Maybe lying forgotten in your childhood piggy bank. Maybe it's already passed through your hands without you ever realizing it. And that's the thrill, the mystery that keeps collectors hooked. Because every time you look at a penny now, you'll wonder, is this the one? In the next part, we'll go even deeper into the world of rare coin auctions, shocking collector stories, and how a simple piece of copper became one of America's most hunted treasures. Stay till the end, because what you'll hear in part 3 will completely change the way you see money forever. Have you ever looked at a single penny and thought it could secretly be worth more than your entire car? What if I told you that in the United States, one tiny 2008 1-cent coin, a coin most people throw in jars or drop on the ground without care, could actually be worth $90,000 today? Sounds crazy, right? But what you're about to discover will completely change the way you see the coins in your pocket, because this isn't just any ordinary penny. This is a coin that hides a secret so deep that even professional collectors didn't believe it at first. Let's rewind the clock. Back to 2008. The economy was crashing. Banks were collapsing. And yet inside the U.S. Mint, something extraordinary was happening. Something that would later shock the entire numismatic world. It started with a small minting error. Or maybe it wasn't an error at all. Some believe it was a deliberate test strike. Others say it was a production experiment gone wrong. But whatever it was, only a few pieces ever made it out into the real world. And one of them, a simple 2008 1-cent coin, would one day surface in an online auction and blow everyone's minds. Imagine this. A man from Ohio walks into a small coin shop with a handful of change. He dumps them on the counter, just wanting to exchange them for a few dollars. The shop owner, who had been dealing coins for decades, notices something odd. The color, the luster, the feel of one coin. It looked different. He picks it up, places it under the magnifier, and his hands start to shake. Because right there, he sees something that shouldn't exist. A 2008 1-cent coin, but not in copper-plated zinc like normal. This one was struck on a pure copper planchet, the same kind used before 1982. A material error that should have been impossible in 2008. He sends it for grading. Weeks later, the results come back. Genuine, mint error, unique, estimated value, $90,000. That single penny, something everyone overlooks, instantly became a national treasure. But why? Why would a coin so common suddenly be worth the price of a luxury car? To understand that, we have to dig deeper into the hidden world of U.S. mint production, where millions of coins are struck every day, but only a few escape the machines carrying mistakes that turn them into fortune makers. In 2008, the Lincoln cent was part of the long-running memorial reverse design, and the same one used since 1959. But it was also a transition year, right before the mint prepared to release the Lincoln Bicentennial Series in 2009. Production lines were being changed, dies were replaced, and test strikes were made. In that chaos, one or two coins somehow got struck on leftover copper blanks from earlier decades. For collectors, such wrong planchet errors are the holy grail, because they prove that something extraordinary happened inside the mint. An accident of history captured forever in metal. Now imagine finding one of these by accident, in your pocket change. That's what keeps thousands of treasure hunters searching through jars, rolls, and boxes of pennies every single day. Because one lucky person could find the next $90,000 cent. But that's just the beginning. Because there's another mystery. Some experts believe this particular 2008 error coin isn't just rare. It might be connected to an undocumented mint experiment, a test for a return to copper composition that never went public. The theory says that a small batch of copper, planchets, was reintroduced to test striking pressure and die durability. And somehow, a few escaped into circulation. If that's true, then this isn't just a minting mistake. It's a piece of hidden American history, a secret project nobody was ever supposed to see. Think about it. Thousands of coins are produced every minute, every one of them nearly identical. And yet, one small difference in metal, one forgotten blank, creates a coin that becomes priceless. And here's where things get wild. When that Ohio coin hit the auction block, the initial estimate was around $5,000. But collectors noticed the microscopic details. The deep, red-brown luster, the strong strike, the unique weight. Within minutes, bids started skyrocketing. 10,000, 20,000, 45,000, and finally it hammered at $90,000. 1 cent. $90,000. That's a 9 million% increase in value. Now pause for a second and think, how many times have you ignored a penny because it seemed worthless? How many rare treasures have slipped through people's hands because they didn't look close enough? That's the hidden magic of numismatics, the science of coins. Every coin has a story. Some tell tales of presidents and wars, others of accidents and miracles, and this 2008 1 cent tells both. It's a reminder that even in times of financial collapse, when people were losing jobs, homes, and hope, one forgotten coin was quietly becoming a symbol of luck, rarity, and unexpected fortune. But wait, this story doesn't end here, because just when everyone thought that single 2008 copper penny was the only one in existence, something even stranger happened. A YouTuber searching through his old coin rolls during the pandemic claimed to find another 2008 penny with a slightly different color tone. At first, nobody believed him, until he placed it on a digital scale, and the reading showed 3.09 grams. Could it be another, or just a coincidence? The numismatic community erupted in debates. Forums, blogs, and Facebook groups flooded with speculation. Was this the second known piece, or a fake? Experts stepped in, analyzing the video frame by frame. The tone matched, the rim thickness matched, and even the strike pattern looked consistent. If it's real, then there might be more out there, waiting, hiding in plain sight. And that's where the real adventure begins. Because for treasure hunters, this isn't just about coins. It's about the thrill of discovery. The possibility that one day you might open a roll of pennies and hold in your hand something the world thought was gone forever. So before you spend your next cent, take one more look. That little copper disc could hold a story worth $90,000, or maybe even more.